Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. In this week's video, we're going to be testing out the TikTok famous KVD Beauty Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. Now this is one that I have seen people raving about on my TikTok For You page, and I had to try it. I mean, it's taken me a little longer than I would have liked because it keeps selling out everywhere. TikTok, stop doing that, you know? At least just wait until I get my hands on it and f*** everyone else. I didn't mean that. But yeah, in this video today, I'm going to be testing out this Perfecting Foundation Balm. This is supposed to have like an insanely wild amount of coverage. So obviously I had to test it out because my skin is okay, but it's not the best it's ever been, which I think in this scenario is a good thing, just so we can really see how good the coverage is on this foundation. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on my socials, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, as well as subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Let's get straight on into the video, people. Okay, everybody, so I'm starting out with a completely fresh face. As you can see, my skin is like doing okay at the minute, which I'm like, thank the Lord for. But there are a couple of like little spot scars and stuff. They weren't too bad, but I literally, as you can see, fake tan last night. And it's kind of clung to some of the dry patches on my face, which is amazing. But the whole point of this foundation is that it covers literally everything. So I have two different shades of the Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. I've got medium 054 and I also have tan 057. As you can see, very similar shades but slightly different tones. I think I'm actually going to go for the tan one underneath just because it's a little bit more yellow toned and I think that might suit me a bit better on this occasion. Let's hit up the packaging. Oh my goodness, cute! It looks literally like a compact. There's hair flying everywhere. So this is what it looks like inside the packaging. Super cute. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit concerned about how this is going to go, only because I have never used a cream foundation, which is what I'm assuming this is because it's a foundation balm. I've always had it in like stick form. I've never had it in like a compact, so I'm honestly not entirely sure how I'm going to apply this. With all the videos I've seen on like TikTok and on YouTube and stuff, they all have a plethora of different tools. So I've come well equipped today with everything that I basically own. I'm going to pick out some of the brushes that I think might be potentially helpful in this situation because I don't think sponges are going to cut it when it comes to actually spreading this onto my face. I've got just a normal foundation flat top brush. I've got a mini stippling brush, and then I also have a slightly larger stippling brush. I need to clip my hair out of the way first of all. Oh, that's a juicy spot. I'm going to do what I've done on a couple of other foundation testing videos or like skin product testing videos where I'm going to apply it to one side of my face. I literally look like an egg. Happy Easter. So yeah, I'm going to apply it to one side of my face, and the side of face of choice today is going to be this one, just purely because I want to see how well it covers this blemish as well as this kind of like dry patch on my face that has got fake tan stuck to it. Just so we can really compare the two sides and how well this covers. From the videos that I've seen online, it is magical. Oh, that's maybe a bit too much zoomy. That's better. I feel like for initial distribution of product, oh my god, that's not feeling like a lot of product. How much is in here? 10 grams of product for £25 essentially. It's a lot of coin, but hopefully it works. I'm going to use the small stippling brush to start off with. Oh, look how perfect. I almost don't want to ruin it, but... Girl! Okay. Are we ready? I'm excited. Oh my lordy lord. Okay, I'm just gonna buffer that. It's definitely yellow tone, picking up on the camera. I think this is pretty good of a match. I used way too freaking much then when I just did that to probably hurt a lot of people's feelings. I'm gonna use the buffing foundation brush that I've had for literally years. I got it in a glossy box, and honestly, it's probably one of the best things I've ever got out of a glossy box. This is fucking killer. Look at that. So about it. I really like the coverage of this. Also, it's blended really well into my skin, and I haven't even brought a, what's it called? The sponge, which you use to blend your a beauty blender. That's the one. I haven't even brought him on the scene, but this is a very good match right now. I was a bit concerned, which is why I bought two. Yo. It's like spot scar who, I mean obviously the actual lump on my head you can't conceal because it's very hard to conceal texture, but where's that fake tan dry patch gone? He's completely disappeared. That's wild. Just buffing it down to my neck a little bit and onto my ears, because I think people genuinely forget that your ears are a different colour to your face. They've got this beautiful like coverage on the skin and their ears are like bright pink. I mean, that's what happens to me anyway. Some of you probably can't relate to that. I always fake tan my ears as well as my face. But look at the coverage. You've got all the like patches obviously around my nose where that fake tan is dried to. That's not just my normal skin, but like all that patching on my all that patchiness on my chin is completely covered. I honestly feel like, you know when people do that half and half like man and woman face where they've got like half women's clothes on one side and men on the other? That's genuinely how I feel right now. I'm like, perfect person? Oh, let's just perfect person? Questionable person. That coverage is honestly insane though. I think I need to work a bit quickly because it has slightly creased under my eye and on my actual eyelid, but it's a cream product, like it is gonna do that. Yeah, but I can't get over that coverage. It's literally like, hello, undeniable. Now I'm gonna use the rest of that foundation from the small stippling brush just to apply product to the rest of my face, because there is more than enough for at least another probably 2 applications. I really messed up there just trying to like ruin some people's day. I'm so sorry. It was just so unnecessary, but I had to do it. Look at the difference like around my eyes versus like here. Nuts. Ooh, 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 ooh. My hands look mental against my face. I promise you guys, I'm not even worried about it just because the rate I'm sanitizing my hands right now. Don't hurt yourselves getting too vexed about my hands because it will literally not look like that within like 2 days. So I'm buffing that into my skin. I'm looking at it and I'm just honestly like so blown away by the coverage. This is a really nice foundation. It's a really nice tone too, because if you're like me and you're olive skinned or like not on the fairer side when it comes to skin tones, you tend to struggle more with getting a foundation that's the right shade the deeper you go, or like sometimes undertones you can get one that's the right depth of shade but it's not the right tone. It could either be like too orangey or it could be too pinky, or it just can sometimes make you look a bit grey in some circumstances. Okay, so that is that product all blended into my face. I literally look like a blank canvas. It's actually insane and I'm so obsessed with it. I'm kind of annoyed at myself that I did this. I'm so sorry. I think I probably used about 3.5 grams of product in one sitting. I'm just gonna zoom you into my eyes a bit. You can see that it's already like creasing here and like around, but wow. Wait, there is no sign of that patch on my face. I mean, you can see the lump of the spot, but you can't see the color, but like look at the coverage on my skin right now. You can't see around my mouth. All of my chin is even. I just can't get over the fact you cannot see that dry patch on my face. I honestly don't feel like I even need concealer like to cover my eye bags because they're just non-existent in this scenario. But anyway, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup just because I worry a little bit about how well I'm gonna be able to set this, and then I will check back in with you guys later once it's all completed. Okay everybody, so as you can see I have completed the rest of my makeup, looking a little bit more alive and a little bit more like even all over. So I want to talk about this KVD Beauty what is this called again? The Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. So this, first of all, packaging, love the packaging. Really cute. Initially I wasn't keen on applying a cream product onto my face that wasn't in a stick formation because I was kind of like, how? Once I found the right tools for it, it was easy enough. I didn't have to smooth out my skin with a beauty blender. Normally I feel the need to do that with like any foundation. Usually I'll apply it with a brush and then I'll buff it out and just kind of smooth everything into place, tap it into my skin with a beauty blender. Did not need to do that whatsoever with this. My skin looked really smooth. One thing that I will say is that if you are somebody especially that is working maybe in like a warmer room, or if you're somebody with oily skin, you need to work quickly with this product because it does kind of sink into your creasing on your face. So you need to make sure you get that product on your skin, get that concealer on, blend it all out and set it straight away. Because as you saw whilst in that time when I applied it and then I was just chatting to you guys, it did crease on my eyelids at the top and underneath as well. It also kind of sunk a little bit into my smile lines, but not as much as it did on my eyelids here. Another thing whilst I was applying the rest of my makeup was the concealer that I chose to go with, applied really nicely on top of it. I powdered with a loose setting powder on top, and I have to say I probably used quite a lot more powder to set this product, just so that it wasn't coming off on the backs of my hands and on my fingers, like transferring onto my clothes or anything. With cream products, I find that I have to overset my face to make sure that everything stays in place and that it isn't transferring onto just anything and everything. So that was one thing that I was a bit like, this is annoying, but it's really not that big of a deal if it gives me this much coverage. It looks really natural as well. Like here, it's all good. Considering I picked these shades online, I think I did a good job. Props to me. But on the whole, I'm looking at myself in the mirror because there's one right here. My skin looks absolutely flawless. There is a bit of texture going into it, just I feel like this is more of a coverage aimed foundation rather than like an overall perfecting, I guess, in my opinion. Some other people may not feel the same way, but also you probably have better skin than me. For the price, I'd say I was a little bit salty about buying it at the start, but for the coverage that this product gives you and like the quality, the pigmentation, the color match, all of that like locked in together, I'm not as salty as I was like a day ago when I bought it. Oh, I have another cream product here as well. This is what I mean. It's like the, I usually have cream products that are in like stick formation, if some of you guys weren't understanding what I was talking about. Ow. Oh, there's actually only 6.2 grams of product in this stick, which looks, you would have thought that there's more product in this than there is in this. Weird. Also, I'm not sure about the good apple bit. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I may have to look it up. Oh, okay, right. I've just picked up the box, right? It says infused with apple extract to help nourish the skin. I'm gonna have to do some Googling to find out what the extract holds within the nourishment department, because I don't know. I've never heard of a product that has apple in it. Weird. But yes, guys, that was my thoughts on the TikTok famous KVD Beauty Skin Perfecting Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. I don't know why that name won't go into my head. It just won't. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up so I know. It really does help me out a lot. I'll also leave a link to this product in the description. Fingers crossed if you want to try it, you can get your hands on it, just because it keeps going in and out of stock. Like, links in the description as well for my social media accounts. I've got an Instagram, Twitter, and a TikTok. Make sure you follow me on those. It's always a good time. Also, subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Turn your notifications on to be told every time I post so you don't miss out on anything new. Thank you again so much for watching. Stay safe, stay indoors as much as possible, and I will see you next time for another video. Bye, guys.